Going on, people? Going on? Testing, testing. One, two, one, two. I'm up in here. I'm gonna be here too long, but I'm a little late. Excuse me for being a little late to the live. Um, Let me see. I'm trying to post a link. All right. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Jaron Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz because there's been a lot of chatter regarding these two dudes fighting right now. Some people want them to fight now. Others wanted to marinate a little bit. And I agree. Like I'm one of them dudes that I would love to see that fight. That's gonna be an awesome fight. But I wanted to marinate a little bit too, man. I want both of them to go after these belt holders, man. These dudes can go after the belt holders, let Boots go after Errol. But we don't know what's going on with Errol, man. What the situation is gonna be with him. It's very uncertain and even unfortunate what's going on with Spence right now. That just blindsided a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let Boots go after Errol, considering if Errol keeps his belts. Let Vergil Ortiz go after Terrence Crawford, assuming Terrence Crawford keeps the belts, or because I don't know what's going on with the fight with Errol or Terrence. I don't think that shit's ever gonna happen. Maybe at another weight class it might, but especially not now after all these injuries and all this stuff going on. Yeah, I don't see it happening no time soon. But let's get into it with them, man. Let's run down. We're gonna look through the tails. We're gonna look through their sizes in comparison of each other, and we're gonna run through their resumes, and then I'll just give a prediction on who I think would probably in. So let's run through Jaron Boots Ennis. Let's go through his box rec, man. I'm gonna pull up his box rec. So I'm looking at it on my end. I ain't got the ability right now to pull it up while I do lives and stuff. So let's look through Jerome Boots Ennis. Let's look through his resume. Jerron Ennis is he has 28 bouts so far. He's 24 years old. Well, let's talk about the age and everything with the tail of the tape. But let's run through his resume, man. He is currently at 27 wins with 25 knockouts and no losses. High, extremely high knockout ratio. Let's run through his opponents, man. He fought once so far in 2021, which was Sergey Lipinets, and that was his toughest competition to date. He knocked out Sergey Lipinets. Before that, he had three fights in 2020. The next one was Chris Van Heerden that ended it with I think Chris Van Heerden split his head open, or was it? I think he had a big split of like he clashed heads and they clashed heads and he had cut his face open, Chris Van Heerden. So the fight was a no contest pretty much. Then Juan Carlos Abreu, he knocked him out. And trying to look through these other names, and you got Bakhtiar Ayubov. That was the three fights 2020. I don't know who that guy is. Then 2019 he fought twice. Demian Fernandez, Franklin Manami. Don't know who those dudes are. 2018 he fought five times he fought in 2018, man. Raymond Serrano, Armando Alvarez, Mike Arnadas, Samuel Amaco, Gustavo Garibay. Don't know who none of those dudes are. He knocked all of them out. Uh, then in 2017, he fought Jeez, he fought one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Jaron Ennis fought 9 times in 2017. 9 times. A lot of these boxers don't even fight twice a year. This dude fought 9 times. Uh, George Sosa, Aye Bruce. A lot of these dudes have terrible records though. Like I.E. Bruce, 23-14. Lionel Jimenez, 3-18. Robert Hill, 6-32. My man has 6 wins, 32 losses. Oh man, these dudes were scrubs, bro. A lot of these dudes down here were scrubs. But it's all about, you know how that go though. You gotta build your record. And that's why, when you step up, a lot of boxers start having issues, the knockouts start to go away. All of them, most of them, with the exceptions of maybe Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? Look, people can question Bud's opponents at 147 if they won, but the dudes he fought at 147, most of them were good opponents. Those dudes were champions, ex-champions. They were pretty good. They had good boxing pedigree. With the exception of maybe Jeff Horn. That's it. I would say all the rest of them were pretty good fighters. Um, then in 2016 he fought a lot, man. Jaron Ennis was busy back then, man. He was 2016 he fought one, two, three, four, five, six, 8 times. So his career started in 2016 with a guy named Corey Muldrew. He had a 1-9 record. So all knockouts. So I'll be honest. A lot of Jaron Boots in this competition has been really poor. I guess a lot of you do just hear they're like pad his record, but that's how it is to build up the fighter. That's what it is. Normal. All fighters early on in their career have a lot of scrubs on their record. That's just what it is. The only dudes like early on, like maybe 2018, 2019, had pretty okay records was Raymond Serrano. He was 24-5. Franklin Mamamni, he was 23-5. Demian Hernandez was 12-1. And then when he fought Abreu, then you're starting to see the competition is where it kind of like started to step up a bit. I would say Juan Carlos Abreu is where everything started creeping up for Boots Ennis as far as competition. But he still hasn't fought anybody that really gonna push him to the limit yet. Um, so that is Jaron Boots in his resume, man. I would say out of all these dudes, only names on there is three. Juan, which is his last 3 fights. Sergey Lipinets, Chris Van Heerden, and Juan Carlos Abreu. All right, so let's go to Vergil Ortiz. Let's check out his record. Let's look at Vergil Ortiz. Um, Vergil Ortiz has less fights than Jaron Ennis. So Jaron has more experience in the pro ring than Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz is at 18 wins, 18 knockouts, no losses. So all of Vergil's wins came by knockout. So he has a higher knockout percentage than Jaron Boots Ennis, just slightly. All right. So let's take a run. Let's run through his opponents. 2021, he fought twice. Maurice Hooker and Idris Kavalaskis was his last fight. Knocked both of them out. And he gave Maurice Hooker, that's just, how many losses Maurice Hooker got? Well, when he fought Maurice Hooker, he already had 1 loss. So Maurice Hooker has 2. When he fought Maurice Hooker had 1 loss from Jose Ramirez. Um, then before Maurice Hooker, he fought Samuel Vargas. Then Brad Solomon. 2019, he had 4 fights. 2018, he had three fights. 2017, he had 5 fights. 2016, he had 3 fights. So he wasn't as active as Jaron Ennis. They both fought. They both started their pro careers the same year, 2016. Vergil Ortiz doesn't have, I mean, some scrubs on his record, but to be real, like his resume is much much better than Jaron Ennis, even though he only has 18 fights. His resume is he has some better names on his record, especially recent names. Samuel Vargas, Maurice Hooker, and Kavalauskas are the most solid names on this record. Understandable because you got to build your fighter up, man. And then even though a lot of his fighters from back then, a lot of them had low. A lot of them never had many fights, like 2-0-2, 0-1, 5-3. So he got to them dudes like when they first started. So Jaron Ennis, Vergil Ortiz, his resume is better than Boots. I'm not gonna say by worlds, not worlds ahead of Boots, but definitely he has a few more names on there, a little better than his top comp is better than Jaron Ennis' top comp. So if you compare, you take Sergey Lipinets and Kavalauskas. Kavalauskas is definitely better than Sergey Lipinets. Do you take Maurice Hooker or like over? He's much better than Juan Abreu and Samuel Vargas is better than Chris Van Heerden in my opinion too. So all of the last three opponents for Vergil Ortiz was better than Boots competition. That's just what it is. Um, the tail of the tape as far as their size and height. Age, Jaron Ennis is 24 years old and Vergil Ortiz is 23. So Jaron Ennis is a year older. Um, Vergil Ortiz is 5'10" in height, and Jaron Ennis is about here it is. Sorry guys, Jaron Ennis is 5'10". They're the same height, same height. That's good. Jaron Ennis has a 74-inch reach, and Vergil Ortiz Jr. he has a 70-inch reach. So Ron Ennis has the reach over Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz has the youth advantage by 1 year, but they both are equal in height. And Jaron has the most pro ring experience than Vergil Ortiz. As far as more fights, you can kind of classify that in two ways. You could look at it like, okay, Jaron Ennis has more fights, so that might equate to having more experience, or Vergil Ortiz has less fights but has better competition. So that would mean like Vergil has more experience because he has the better work. He got some better work than Boots. Look at it that way as well. Salute Terry Smoot. Salute, salute. The topic is Boots, homie. Boots versus Vergil Ortiz because a lot of people are talking about that. So I wanted to break down their resumes and who has the better resume and tell the tape who's bigger, whatever. Then kind of get into a little bit the styles and stuff, and then and then when I close the video, who pretty much is going, who I think will win that fight. Yeah, he needed a title shot. He already beat a former IBF champ, Lipinets. Absolutely. Right. Lipinets and Van Heerden were not bums. Facts. Absolutely. Good fighters, man. Good fighters. I give Lipinets the slight edge over Van Heerden. Um, yeah, absolutely. And I was pissed off at that fight though, man, with the Van Heerden. I'm like, damn, man, I wanted to see that scrap. Kind of like what happened with Gary Antonio like this week that just passed when they clashed heads and homeboy faces got all his nose got cut up. And you could see Gary was pissed because that was an interim fight, I believe, and that was a fight to line him up for a title. And you look at that, that's crazy. But let's get into real quick the styles. Like you got Vergil Ortiz, man. He's more of a come forward, very minimal head movement, really basically not a lot of footwork there. His defense is I wouldn't say it ain't there. It needs work. Uh, he got good speed. That piston, he got a dope jab. His jab is phenomenal. Uh, his his power is very respectable. His chin seems to be all right. I mean, he got hit by Kavaliauskas, and he got stunned and hurt a little bit in the second round. But that's boxing, man. That's boxing. He didn't fall, and he wasn't all wobbly, and what I'm saying. Even if he was, the greatest of boxers have been wobbled, man. I mean, Canelo got wobbled, Terrence Crawford got wobbled. So because Vergil Ortiz got wobbled doesn't mean he doesn't have a chin. A lot of these dudes, he kill me with that shit. Oh, he got punched in the face, man. He got rocked by Linares. He's chinny. How's with Devin? How's Devin chinny because he got rocked by Linares? Man, stop the bullshit, man. Something else out here, man. But he's more of a come forward fighter, man. He gets reckless in his exchanges. A lot of fighters do, including Terrence Crawford. He does the same thing, but he gets hit a lot, man. Vergil Ortiz, every fight that he's been in, as far as like these, when he starts stepping it up, his face is always bruised up. That's telling me he got to work on his defense. I mean, it's boxing. You're gonna still get hit, but I mean, his face be looking. I mean, he gets maybe he just lumps up easy or something, but he gets pretty. Maurice Hooker banged him up pretty good, man, and so did Kavaliauskas, but definitely Maurice Hooker. His face looked the worst, I think, when he fought Maurice Hooker. But that's Vergil Ortiz style in a nutshell, man. He's a come forward pressure fighter. Great, phenomenal piston jab, phenomenal footwork. He's more of a and another thing he does too, when he's in exchange or he's hurt or exchanges, he does show a lot of fucking heart, man. He shows he's ferocious. Like he's not gonna just lay down when he getting hurt. He still. I think Kavaliauskas. I think he dropped Kavaliauskas the first time was the third round. That round he got rocked by Kavaliauskas. You saw what happened in that round. He knocked Kavaliauskas on his ass after he was getting pounded on. He was able to put Kavaliauskas down on his ass. So Vergil Ortiz is no joke. Absolutely. He does have some holes that need to be worked on, though, especially defense and some other things. But he's a live one. He's a live one, man. Then we got Jaron Ennis, very respectable power as well. Uh, I see comments on a lot of different videos and stuff where people compare Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz power. A lot of people think Vergil Ortiz has more power. I don't know. Shit, I'm not the one getting hit by these motherfuckers. I couldn't tell you, but when you be looking at the way, when you see, okay, you gotta kind of look at it like this, right? Maurice Hooker is frail, frail dude, man. Maurice Hooker, spider, daddy long legs arms. Uh, he was getting hit pretty good by Vergil Ortiz. I never saw Maurice Hooker like kind of like visibly wobbled. I didn't see it. Show me where he was. I didn't see it in that fight. He did get stopped, I think, to the body. What it says, I think Vergil dislocated his arm or something. I don't know, but C-Mac was good. Um, but when you look at and then Kavaliauskas, he fought Kavaliauskas. I didn't see Kavaliauskas really. I think was he wobbled once? I don't know, man. I know he got dropped. I didn't see him like drop where he'll jump right back up from his shit. I didn't see him drop where he was like, oh my God, like he got up wobbly and all over disoriented. But when Terrence Crawford hit him, you saw Kavaliauskas' head, he was wobbled. You saw him all over the place. When Jaron Ennis be fighting, dude, when he hit these motherfuckers, they be when he hit Lipinets, you saw Lipinets kind of like all over, like, oh shit, what world am I in? I would say I would have to give Gerard Ennis. I mean, you can gauge that. I mean, you can use that as a gauge to see how powerful a boxer is. In my opinion, man, I could be wrong, but I see Vergil when he hit people versus when I see Boots hit people. When Boots hit people, it seemed like he put him like out of this world or something. I don't know where the fuck they at. When Vergil hit him, he just knock him out, like knock him flat, or they'll get right back up, or something like that, or it'll be something where it was a body, or they stop it, or something like that. I think Vergil, I think Jaron Ennis will knock you out to the head faster than Vergil will. I think that's what it is. I think Vergil's body work might be a little bit better than Boots. I think uh, Vergil will stop you faster to the body. I think Jaron will stop you faster to the head. But as far as power go, man, I would still have to give Jaron Ennis I'll give him the edge because it looked like Vergil Ortiz, like he'll chop you down over the course of the fight. But it looked like Boots will get you out of there quicker too. I gotta go back and look at how fast he got his opponents out of the ring versus Vergil Ortiz. That's another indicator of power too. When you see how quick these motherfuckers will get their opponent out the ring versus another fighter, it's like, all right, he's getting his fighter out within 3 or 4 rounds. A, a good a good example of that is Deontay Wilder. He be getting a lot of them dudes out quick versus like let's say like a Mike Tyson or like a just it's just different. You know, when you see it, you like, okay, damn, he got some motherfuckers out of here 3 4 rounds. You say all that, oh man, well, Wilder was fighting bums and all right, well listen, these dudes still train boxers. And at the end of the day, that's how I see it. I kind of view it that way, you know, but you can't deny the motherfucker got real power. That shit is raw power. So I'm not gonna sit up and shit on Wilder when it comes to that shit, because I ain't trying to get hit by that motherfucker. I'll tell you that. You know, so if these two get into a scrap, Geronimo and Boots, how would it look? Well, I ain't even finished on Boots yet. Boots, man, he got angles. He good reflexes. I mean, yo, Boots is the motherfucking man, bro. His he reminds me of Roy Jones so much in that ring, man, but with more power. A lot of things he do. It's like Boots could like style on you from the outside and bring it to you in the inside. Like he could do both. He could do both, bro. And that's what make him more dangerous. I think he's more dangerous than Vergil Ortiz. If they get into a fight, it's probably gonna look like this. Boots gonna play with him. He probably gonna like use his outside game. He gonna mix it up with Vergil. Vergil can't do it the way Boots do it, man. He don't have the same tools in the toolbox as Jaron Ennis, man. He might have some power. Shit, they probably could even hurt each other in that fight, man. But I'm telling you, I see so many comments. Yo, Vergil won't stop Boots. No, 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 and no. I'll say it again. Mega no. He is not stopping Boots. Quite the contrary. Boots might very well stop Vergil Ortiz if they fought. I'm telling you, man. Boots ain't no joke, bro. That's what he's on my list. He's one of my favorite fighters, but not because he's one of my favorite fighters. I think he'll smoke Vergil Ortiz. That's not why. Because I think Bud Crawford might give Boots some problems if they fight, man. So I think Boots give Errol a lot of problems. I think Boots probably beat Errol, but I'm not too sure about Terrence Crawford though. You know what I mean? But I think Boots beats a lot of these dudes at the division, man. I think he beats Ugas. He beats Keith Thurman. I think he beats Errol Spence. I think he beats Vergil Ortiz. He's gonna definitely get. I think he knocks Vergil Ortiz out, man. I'd say 8th round, something like that. Maybe even sooner, maybe 6th, because he gonna catch. Because Jaron, he throws sneaky punches too, and Vergil might not see those coming. Just like he didn't see it with Kavaliauskas. You know, so if Kavaliauskas was able to do that, uh, Vergil gonna give Boots a good one though. But unless Vergil change up some of his game, man, add some stuff to his arsenal, bro, I think he gonna get frustrated in that fight and counter it all night, and then he gonna get stopped 8th round. That's what I'm calling that shit right now. Even if they fight like 3 years from now, remember me saying that. Boots only gets better from here. So does Vergil Ortiz. They both gonna get better from here. But I just think Jaron Ennis is a few years ahead of Vergil Ortiz, especially in the skill department. So that's what I got winning that fight, man. I got Jaron Boots in this eighth round KO. But I still see there's a possibility Boots might get hurt in that fight, and then we get to see how he recovers, man. That's the only thing with Boots. The only question mark we got right now with Jaron Ennis is his ability to take a punch. Um, you can say that Lippin Yates was his hardest puncher yet, but he did get cracked by Lippin Yates. He shook it off, but Lippin Yates is no Vergil Ortiz. He's no Kavalaskis. I like to see what Jaron Ennis can do against Kavalaskis, man. I think he gonna make that shit look even easier. The Kavalaskis fight. He gonna probably make that look even much easier than Vergil Ortiz made it look. Then you hear people talking about, oh, Vergil Ortiz, he got Mean Machine out of there faster than Bud. Bud got him out of 9. Vergil got him out of 8. Technically, that's not true because he barely he got him out right at the last few seconds of the 8th round. So you might as well call that shit the 9th round. As far as I'm concerned, that was like the 9th round. It was technically the 8th, but I mean, it wasn't like he got him out of there at the beginning of the 8th round. No, he got him out of there close to the 9th. That's how I see it. Yeah, man, but that's my prediction on who wins that fight, man. But hey, I got the link right there. Anybody want to join? I'm only gonna stay up here another. I don't know if nobody can come in by 30-minute mark. I'm gonna close it out, man. I'm a little tired, but yeah. People want them to fight now. Nah, man, it's not. I don't want to see that yet. I want to see them fight for belts. I want to see them fight for belts. I want to see somebody vacate because that's what's going to end up happening anyway. I think somebody's going to vacate um one or two of those belts eventually. Tomorrow we'll see what happens with Pacquiao and Ugas. I want Ugas to win, and there's reasons why I want Ugas to win. I want him to win because I fear that if he loses, that Manny Pacquiao is going to hold on to that WBA and take it and run for some reason. I don't know. I just got that little eerie feeling that's what's going to happen. He did it already. So I want Ugas to win, but I think the politics of boxing is already spoken. They already got it all set in stone, and they already talk about Ugas got his arm is already like it's blown out, so that the excuse is already in. So look for that to happen tomorrow. Something gonna go wrong with Boots' arm. I'm not Boots with Ugas's arm. All this type of stuff gonna happen. You're like, oh, man, or he gonna pull out the fight or some shit like that. Some weird shit gonna happen. Watch. Yeah, yeah, C Mac. I give Ugas a little chance because he's tough, bro. He's a tough dude. Good body work too. I give him a chance. I want him to win. I want him to win. Absolutely. I'm tired of Pacquiao, bro. For real. And I like Pacquiao too, man. But man, tired of Pacquiao, man. I mean, come on, man. But another thing I wanted to touch on. I'm probably make a video about this. Um, Errol Spence, man, his injury. Whether we believe is real or not, assuming everything is what they say it is. I think that's fucking that's Derrick James' fault that happened, bro. Because towards the end of the camp, bro, you're supposed to be taking it a little easy. You're supposed to be okay. You got all your sparring in. You're a week or two out from the fight. You're supposed to just be doing some light work, touching on the pads a little bit, doing some pad work and maybe some speed bag or something like that, man. No, you're not supposed to be doing no heavy sparring or whatever. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that, man. I don't think that's a wise idea because that's when stuff like this happens when uh you put your fighter in there this soon, like right next to a fight, and then let him get a torn retina, man. That's like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And then Errol always talking about, whatever Derek, I listen to my coach. Like, crazy, bro. And I thought about it. I'm like, all right, man. Everybody giving Errol a lot of hell about it, but what? Where's all the blame at for Derek James though? So I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. I'm gonna bring that up, man, because he could have just cost Errol Spence a lot of money if they never fight, or if Errol doesn't fight again. He cost Errol his career, bro. He cost Errol his career. So we're gonna see another. Are we gonna see another Wilder and Mark Breland? Errol gonna fire the shit out of Derrick James. Oh shit, that shit'll be hilarious, bro. We'll have to find out, man. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna close this out. Got some more lives coming up soon. I thank all y'all for the support. Y'all please like and subscribe, share the channel, support it. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. Tomorrow night, I'm probably do a live on the Ugas. I'm not sure. I'll probably do a live. Bro, I didn't even order that fight, bro. I was gonna order it, but when Errol dropped out, I ain't ordering that bullshit, bro. I mean, you're not getting my bread. I'm a live stream the shit out of that fight. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you guys don't want to pay for the fight, there's a website called livesport24.com, and you'll be able to find it there. You'll find it up there. A few fights in the past that I didn't want to buy because I didn't support the fighter and I just wanted to see it. I go right there and look at that shit. So go to livesport24.com tomorrow, and you should be able to catch the Pacquiao fight up there. You might see a little bit of. It's usually quality too, but sometimes you'll see some pausing and stuff like that, but nothing too major. But go check it out. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm off this. Catch y'all later, man. I'm off this and I'm